All right, we're going to talk about balance sheets. Now, um, balance sheets are what they sound like. We've got assets and liabilities, and we need those to balance, okay? So a bank's assets are things that they have that are valuable. Liabilities are things that they owe. So let's say at the beginning, we have no assets, no liabilities, and there's just $100 running out there in the economy. Okay, so we've got $100 cash just running out there in the economy. So let's say Joe has this $100. He goes ahead and puts it in the bank. Well, now the bank has $100 in reserves. Okay, well that's great. They have $100. They shove it in the vault. But at the same time, they owe $100. Joe can come back at any time and get that $100. So they owe $100 in deposits. At this point, the money supply has not changed. Okay, we've just gone from having the $100 circulating in cash to the $100 circulating in deposits. All right, now, banks don't just sit on these reserves, though. They loan them out. But we can't loan out everything. There's usually a reserve requirement. They have to keep a certain amount just in case Joe comes back. By law, there's a reserve requirement. Let's say that the reserve requirement is 10%. Now, here's what that means. That means they have to keep 10% of what they are liable for in reserves. So in this case, 10% of 100 is $10. So they are required to keep $10 in reserves, which means they can loan out $90. Now, it may seem weird to say, okay, well, this money's going out the door and this $90 is an asset, but it is because they now owe me money. And I can sell this loan to another bank at any time to kind of recoup that loss. Okay, so this is actually an asset, but we still owe $100 in deposits, and so this still balances. We've got $100 here, $100 here. But Joe has $100 in deposits. Let's say I loan this out to Jill. Now, the money supply is $190. We've got $90 cash, $100 in demand deposits. All right, but here's where it gets crazy because Jill goes, oh, well, I don't want that money in cash. I'm going to put that money in a bank. It doesn't matter if it's this bank or another bank. Let's just say that she shoves it right back in the same bank. If that's the case, I'm back to $100 in reserves and $90 in loans. But now I owe $190 in deposits. Okay. Money supply is still $190 because I have to because we have $190 worth of deposits. No cash, but all deposits. Now that I have this money, though, I can loan even more out. But don't forget, we have to keep 10% of this on hand. So I have to keep $19 in reserve. All right? Well, that means I can loan out $81 extra. Okay? So it's going to be 90 plus 81 in loans now. So now I've got $271 floating around in the economy. And this process can repeat and repeat and repeat. Now, the maximum amount that this could happen, remember, there's only $100 cash here, so if I keep $100 in reserves, the maximum that I could owe at any time would be 1,000. Okay, that's the maximum amount I could wind up loaning out this way, because this is 10% of this. We call this the money multiplier. So the maximum money multiplier is 1 over your reserve ratio. So in this case, 1 over 0.1 is 10. Do you see that our money multiplied by 10? Okay, but this is the process that banks use to create money.